As August rounds down, we are heading into September, which is part of the final third of the year. There are only 4 months left in the year, and obviously in the video game industry, this is where pretty much all the magic happens. Obviously, developers and publishers like Nintendo are going to want to get some of their biggest games out right before the holiday buzz, so we will be getting a ton of games this October, November, and even early December. On top of that, there seems to be a ton of announcements in this latter half of the year too, just because a lot of publishers want to start up the hype cycle in advance for next year's releases, with stuff like Nintendo Directs happening almost annually in September, and stuff like the Game Awards in December, which every year seems to get bigger and bigger and have more announcements. I mean, last year we got Joker on like the night of Smash Bros. Release. So yeah, the Game Awards, we can look forward to 1 or 2 solid Nintendo announcements there, but we're not talking about the announcements right now, we are talking about the upcoming games. There's still a lot of games. It's safe to say I think 2019 so far might have been a little bit on the lighter side in terms of games, but that's because there's so much coming in the final few months of the year that it's kind of crazy to remember all of what is coming. So I've compiled a list of the 5 games I am the most excited for, and yeah, I'm just gonna kind of read off the list and explain why I'm excited for each of those games, and yeah, it's just gonna be kind of a chill video where we discuss the remaining part of 2019 and the games that I am excited for as we head into the final months. What's going on, guys? It's Thomas from the Switch Stop, and let's just get right on into it. Actually, no, let's not get right on into it, because before I say my number 5 game, which will be in no particular order, there is one game that is not on this list that I know if I don't address it, there will be a ton of comments saying, well, you forgot this or something. And it's always funny because whenever I make a list and I don't include something, people just assume I forgot it, because if they would put it on the list, then obviously I would put it on the list. I just forgot, apparently, is what people think, I guess. But no, I did not forget Luigi's Mansion 3. I just didn't put it on the list because, to me, I'm not extremely excited. Now, I'm not one of those people who thinks that it looks bad. I thought the original reveal trailer kinda underwhelmed, but everything we've seen after that, including E3 footage and the recent Gamescom demo, all of that has looked really, really phenomenal. I'm just not super into that style of game. It's never really held my attention. I never got a chance to fully play through the original, but I played through Dark Moon 100%, and it just wasn't really my type of game. Maybe I'll pick it up later when it goes on sale, but Luigi's Mansion 3 is not a game I'm even really planning to get at launch, which is kind of crazy to say out loud. It's not really my type of game. Anyway, enough with the games that aren't my type of game. Let's get into these 5 games that are going to be in no particular order, starting with Pokemon Sword and Shield. So obviously I just lumped these together. I guess if I had to choose one of the 2 games, I'd choose Pokemon Shield just because the exclusive content seems to excite me more. However, I am getting the double pack sort of thing because my younger sister wants to play the games, so I figured we'll just split that, and she's really into Pokemon, so she's probably going to try and get a complete Galar Pokédex, not a complete National Pokédex. Oh man, if I accidentally said that in the video, that would be tragic. Anyway, for real, yeah, Pokemon Sword and Shield, I know there was the whole National Dex controversy, but overall, I think the game looks really, really good. It's not that crazy next-gen leap that people were expecting, but in my opinion, this is the biggest step forward the Pokemon franchise has ever had. There's never really been a game that took it to the next level as much as Sword and Shield, and while the wild areas are pretty cool, but the graphics are meh, the graphics in the towns areas and the traditional Pokemon type locations have never been better, and I honestly think they look really, really good. So if they can just polish up the wild areas a bit, because obviously that's where that whole tree meme took place and all the graphics that people are poking fun at are in the wild areas, if Game Freak can just polish that up, I won't even really be bothered that there's no National Dex, just because I'm really looking forward to this brand new Pokemon adventure in this new region, and if the region looks as graphically polished like all around as it does in some spots, I'll be having a blast. So now that I got the most controversial one out of the way, I'm going to go to a game that I think pretty much everyone is excited for, Link's Awakening. It looks amazing. That's pretty much all I'm going to say on it. The graphical style is phenomenal, and I don't know, it's definitely up to opinion, but it's grown on me so much that, yeah, I think it's phenomenal. I think it looks really, really nice, and I can't wait to play that specifically in handheld mode, because I think that will look really nice on a small screen. Alright, moving on to the third game on the list, I've got to go with Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. Tokyo 2020 edition, if you somehow didn't know that. So, I've always had a sweet spot for these games because party games have always been my favorite type of games, whether it's Mario Kart, Mario Party, or smaller, less known games like Nintendo Land or Wii Party U, because in my humble opinion, if you take the world's best single player game and a really good multiplayer game and give me some of my friends to play with, I will always choose the multiplayer game, even if the single player game is technically a superior title, just because I have so much fun playing games with my friends that I don't even care at that point. And with the lackluster Super Mario Party kinda leaving me still wanting to scratch that itch of party games on the Switch, that kinda rhymed, I really am looking forward to Mario and Sonic at the Olympics. Hopefully that game can deliver what Super Mario Party didn't. And yeah, overall I'm looking forward to the Dream events. The new 8-bit classic events look kind of sick. So yeah, overall I'm just really excited. Hopefully it has a campaign mode, because sometimes those games actually have that, which is really cool. Alright, so moving on to game number 4. Now game number 4 and 5, for that matter, are both third-party titles, but they both look so incredibly awesome that I had to include them on this list. The first one is The Witcher 3. Now, I'm not going to speak a ton on this game because I really don't know much about it. I remember all the way back, I think in 2018, there were a ton of rumors that Witcher 3 was being ported to Switch, and I looked it up and I was going to buy it on my PC to play, but then I realized I wanted to wait to play it on the big screen with my Switch, even though it'll probably look way better on my PC. So I didn't look into it at all. I knew it was a game I wanted to play because I wanted to get immersed in that giant open world, but I literally know nothing about the story, the content, anything. All I know is that the side quests are insanely good. So I'm extraordinarily happy to announce that the game looks amazing graphically just from like the stuff I've seen. People have been saying that it's one of the best ports ever, which is awesome because I cannot wait to go in completely blind to this game. I am filled with hype and anticipation for The Witcher 3, which I think comes out relatively soon. I mean, all these games come out in 2019, but I think Witcher 3 comes out September. Alright, I lied, it's October 15th. Last game on this list is looking to be another incredible port, but I guess this title isn't even really a port because it's launching day and date with the other console and PC versions. I'm talking about Doom Eternal. This is obviously being developed by id Software, and Panic Button is helping out with the Switch version, as they always do with the id Software Bethesda games coming over, like Wolfenstein and Doom 2016. Yeah, I mean, all these games, they've all been really fun, really high quality, and the fact that Doom Eternal is kind of being built ground up for the Switch as well, instead of having to be ported over, just gives me even more hype and faith that Panic Button will do an amazing job, as they pretty much always do. I honestly, yeah, once again, can't wait for Doom Eternal to come out. The multiplayer looks really cool. It's asymmetrical multiplayer, which I'm a sucker for. Basically, if you don't know what that means, it means like one player kind of plays as the monster or whatever, and the other group of players play as the just normal fighter guys. It's kind of like a 1 versus 3 minigame in Mario Party, and in my humble opinion, those were always my favorite. So yeah, I honestly can't wait for this game. I can't wait for all these games, but Doom Eternal in particular is probably, Doom Eternal and Pokemon Sword and Shield are probably up there for my top 2 most anticipated, which is funny because Doom Eternal is obviously not even a Nintendo title, and most people are not looking forward to Sword and Shield, but I guess, I don't know, that's just how I feel, so obviously I'm not gonna lie and say I'm not excited for Sword and Shield. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. That is just a quick list of the 5 games coming out in 2019 that I honestly can't wait for. There are probably some other ones I forgot. I also didn't mention any indies like Ori and the Blind Forest, which I definitely will be picking up. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what your most anticipated game for 2019 is. I'll heart and pin any comments that I find interesting. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Thomas from the Switched Up, signing off. Peace.